Ancelotti cannot continue to be Real Madrid's manager, and I'll tell you why. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video, and today, of course, if you guys can see it in the title, we are going to be talking about Ancelotti and why he cannot remain at Madrid, guys. He cannot remain and finish the season at Real Madrid. It's just not possible. There's so much things going on, and I'm pretty sure if you guys watched every game in and out, you guys notice and see a bunch of things that we're going to talk about today. But before we do that, I want to tell you guys about today's shirt sponsor. We are talking about Soccer Deal Shop, who provided this. This is honestly one of the best Real Madrid kits I've ever seen, and their quality is just insane. They have so many sales right now. Christmas sales are coming up. Link is going to be in the description down below. Use code Iggy down there. Get a little bit off your order, guys. Not only this, they have different kinds. Let me show you guys real quick. We got a Bayern kit as well. I mean, look at this kit, guys. This kit, as you guys can see, any kit with colors, I think it looks amazing. Come on, it's just nice. I mean, come on, man. Look, even the Real Madrid, just go check them out, guys. You're not gonna get disappointed. They have some good pricing and some good sales right now. And don't forget to use code Iggy. Let's move on to the video. Now, first and foremost, of course, I want to start this video by giving Ancelotti his props, right? Ancelotti is a very decorated manager. He's won pretty much everything with almost every club, every big club out there in every league. Like, this guy has been around the block. This guy knows what he's doing to a certain extent, right? But so it kind of sucks in a way to say that we want him sacked, because of course sacking a manager of his caliber, it kind of leaves you with like a sour taste in the mouth, because, you know, obviously he's coming off of winning a Champions League and a La Liga last year. And it's so unfortunate, guys. It's so unfortunate that this season is just going absolutely bad. Like, it is the worst of the worst season I think we've had in a while. And the squad that we have, we shouldn't be having this kind of a season, right? Like, I have a list of things to go through because there's so many, guys. I honestly cannot remember it. But first thing, we got to talk about it. The injured players and the players that are coming back from injuries, right? Let's start there. I don't know why he thinks that it's okay to start playing these players right away. Like, we recover the player and he needs to start right away. Rodrigo, starting against Getafe, why would he start against Getafe? Like, okay, and he didn't even perform that great, and it's not his fault. It's just he's not ready, right? He's not ready. He really just barely came into the squad from the injury, and Ancelotti says, you're going in right away. And now he did the same thing with Tchouaméni in this game. In both games, both players did not perform at their 100%. And like I said, there's no surprise. There's really no surprise that this is happening, because it's just like, I don't know why Ancelotti just decides that he has to rush these players back into the mix. It just doesn't make sense. And honestly, it's not only risking them getting injured again, which is what happened with Militao, because Ancelotti put Militao in, didn't give him any breaks. I mean, granted, we don't have that many center backs, but we have some center backs, as you guys can see. Raúl Asensio. It's unfortunate, guys, but there you go. He's risking the possibility of Rodrigo, Tchouaméni, Vini, when he comes back, you know, all these players, Camavinga, getting injured just because he wants to play them right off the bat, while we have Endrick on the bench, while we have Arda Güler on the bench. It's so unfortunate, guys. It really is, man. The next thing, and I think this is one of the biggest things, is just tactics, right? Tactics, lack of tactics, whatever you want to call it. It's just not working out. It's just every single game this season, it's almost like he's sending these players out there with just 3 words in their head: play, have fun, and do something special. I get those now words, but you know what I mean. He's not really sending them out there with anything much to do than just try your best. When it comes to like Mbappe, in a way, you know, obviously we know Mbappe's not having the best season of his life, right? This is the worst season ever, but there is a reason why this is happening. Yes, of course, it's mental, and there's many things that, you know, we probably need to fix, or he needs to fix in that sense. But it is just if Mbappe is going out there, hold on, I gotta fix the camera. If Mbappe is going out there with really no plan, no teammates that have a plan, no structure in the team, everyone is kind of just trying to do individual skills. Ancelotti is just asking for one player to do something special, and boom, that's the game. Mbappe is not going to shine there, and the whole team is not going to shine. And when everyone is not shining, how is Mbappe really going to carry the team like he's supposed to, right? Yes, he has his moments, and trust me, we're not forgiving Mbappe for everything that he has missed and all his form. That is also entirely up to him as well. But Ancelotti is definitely not helping to that nature at all, man. At all, he is not helping to it. So definitely, Ancelotti's tactics, it's just frustrating. I mean, seeing how we played against Bilbao, seeing how we played against Liverpool. Now, granted, Liverpool's a little different because Liverpool is Liverpool. They're probably one of the, if not the best team in the world right now in form. But playing against Bilbao in the way that we played is embarrassing. You're sending the team out there with Mbappe, with Rodrigo, with Jude Bellingham. And you're sending us out there to defend and try not to, like, it is just frustrating to see a 4-4-2 match where Jude Bellingham is spending most of his time defending and just trying to win the ball back and trying to pressure and trying to do everything so that when he finally does get the ball, he has no energy left and he's not going to produce something with 10% fuel in him after he just spent 90% going back and forth trying to win this ball back. And you're sending the whole squad out there again. No tactics. He does not tell anybody. He maybe says, yeah, try to pressure, but he doesn't fault them when they don't pressure. He doesn't tell them, well, you're not pressuring in the first half, you're going to the bench. No, he doesn't do that because he has his clique of players that he really likes and the players that he does not trust and the players he does trust. And that's the problem with Ancelotti, is that I think right now he's really just favoring too many players in the squad, giving them too much preference just because he won trophies, he won titles with them. And the other players who are literally on the bench, like hungry, like just waiting for their moment, Arda Güler, Endrick, and Ancelotti just wants to keep his main squad. He wants to keep his winners. Now, granted, he has the right to do that, but it's a new year. It's a new squad. Try something different. You see that it's not working. We're, what, 4 or 5 months in, maybe? It's not working. Why are you still trusting the guys that you are so much inclined to just not let go? It's not working, and it doesn't make sense. I think a good manager would bench a lot of the players that Madrid has right now. For example, let's just start in the defense. It's tough to say, but Lucas Vázquez, he cannot start. Like, maybe he could start against like the Getafes, the Las Palmas games, but he cannot start in these tough games against Bilbao. You have Fede Valverde, you have players in actual right backs out there. You have from the Fábrica. There's a few out there that are really good, and everyone is really looking out for them and thinks they're saying that these kids are something special. And you just decide to rely on Lucas Vázquez, who's not really a right back. He's a right winger converted to a right back, which is just something else in general. You're playing him, preferring him over actual right backs that you have in La Fábrica. That give him a chance. Why not? You know. But no, and we have Fede, which I honestly thought that last game against Bilbao, Fede should have started on the right back spot. Ceballos, Arda Güler, Jude Bellingham in the midfield, and like that, I think we would have done a little bit better. Tchouaméni, we really did not need that defensive. I mean, he didn't even do much. He lost so many balls. It's it's laughable. But that is for another video, another day, about Tchouaméni and the way he's been, because it just seems like Tchouaméni doesn't want to play football. He doesn't want to play. He loses the ball. He just stands still, doesn't care. That demeanor is really just going around through the whole squad about, I don't feel like running for that ball. I lost it, but I think they got no. That's the whole demeanor a lot of these players have right now, and it's frustrating to see. Going back to the benching, I think if Ancelotti was to set an example of benching players that are not performing well, that are not really trying, that are not giving the 100% every single time. I mean, I watched the Barca game against Las Palmas. Who was it that they just played that they beat 5-1? I forget the team that they played, but either way, Barcelona was down at one point, and I just saw Ferran Torres, I saw Rafinha, I saw Lamine Yamal just running towards, just pressuring, trying to get the ball back. And it's just like, man, it sucks, because this is what I would like to see Mbappe do. This is what I would like Rodrigo to do, which he does, but he doesn't get help because the team doesn't push up together. And then the subs, man, the subs. I mean, what can we say about the subs? I mean, in the Bilbao game, he takes out Ceballos. Granted, we need goals. We need something. We need magic, right? He takes out Ceballos instead of taking out Tchouaméni. I forget the player he puts in, but I'm pretty sure it was either Modric. I think it was Modric for Ceballos. Now, nothing against Modric, but take out Tchouaméni, man. Take out Tchouaméni and leave Ceballos in the midfield. Put in Modric. Put in Arda Güler. But no, he's going to wait until the 87th minute where we have nothing really much to do. He expects these youngsters to just go out there and make some magic like this is Hogwarts. It's not. This guy, Ancelotti, man. Ancelotti, it's frustrating, guys. And I think there's a reason why I would prefer for him to get sacked now before the Atalanta game, before the Girona game, because if Ancelotti loses or Real Madrid loses the Girona game, his position is really going to be in question. If Ancelotti ties the Atalanta game or loses, I think he is done. Now, would I prefer for Madrid to lose those games for Ancelotti to leave? Yes. Would I prefer for Ancelotti to get sacked before we lose those games? 100%. I would 100% prefer if he just left before these games. It's not going to happen, of course, because Real Madrid trusts Ancelotti with their life. It's really frustrating. It's like it's something that, you know, we would fix if this was FIFA, but we can't. It's just these whole past months, man. We haven't looked strong. We haven't looked fast. We've just looked sluggish, slow, no intensity, no passion. Nothing has clicked. Everything that he's done, absolutely garbage. Yes, we might get 3-4-0 against the small teams, but when it comes to all the big teams we played this season, absolute dog shit, absolute garbage. Nothing good. In the case that Ancelotti does get sacked, what happens then? What happens then? Who comes in? We all know Xabi Alonso is the one that we are praying for next season, because Jesus, you guys are gonna see. I hope it does happen, because we are gonna see such a different side to Madrid, and it's gonna be. I think that's the way forward. It's just a new way forward. In the meantime, Solari will be the interim manager at Real Madrid, and I think it's a decent option. It's not the best, obviously, but it's a decent option, because if you guys go back to when Solari took over back then, he actually was the one that gave a few players chances off the bench because the ones on the field were not performing. He took out Marcelo because in that time Marcelo was not performing at all. He took out a few other players as well, and he just said, nope, you're not performing, you're not trying, you're not giving your best, you go on the bench and you watch. And he did that. He, you know, Isco got some minutes, or I think Isco actually was taken out as well. That's when Isco kind of fell off a little bit. But Vinicius Jr. got a lot of minutes under Solari, and there's a few other players as well. But this is what this team needs. It's just a little bit of pressure that they're listening in the ear and saying, well, if I don't try my best, this guy in the bench is literally going to do as much as he can to stay on the field. And I think that needs to happen to a few of these players. Endrick, for example, if you give him I promise you, if you give Endrick 3 games to start as a starter, no matter how bad, how good he does, I guarantee you he scores at the minimum 3 goals. The minimum. Same thing with Arda Güler. Give him 3-4 games as a starter. The magic you're going to see from this kid. I mean, every time he plays for Turkey, it just seems like he's the main guy in that team. And, I mean, rightfully so, right? It's so frustrating, guys. It's so frustrating. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens with Ancelotti. Again, I prefer, hopefully, he gets sacked before those 2 games, but I don't think it's going to happen. I just really hope, honestly, I'm honestly going to say I hope Madrid loses these next 2 games for us to switch something up and finish the season strong, possibly winning something, because I do have a feeling that Mbappe is going to change things around very soon. And the moment he does change things around, you guys already know Mbappe will carry this team to win a trophy, and that is going to secure Ancelotti's spot for another season. And it's going to be a very dark season next season if we lose out on Xabi Alonso. But enough of me rambling. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Should we sack Ancelotti? Should we continue him? Do you guys who should be the manager for Real Madrid? And what do you guys think needs to happen, man? Because I think a change needs to happen ASAP. But I will leave that there. Check out the sponsor again in the description. Go check them out. And don't forget to use code IGGY. And don't forget to use code IGGYMTC. Without further ado, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. A la Madrid.